Welcome, everybody, to the booth. I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward for this game. And Brock, as a former quarterback, I know your focus is on the offensive side of the ball ahead of this kickoff.
Yeah, these two offenses are so fun to watch because the best offenses in this league, Kate, they're about trust. And it just pops out. When you study them during the week on the game film, you just see it. They trust one another. That's head coach, that's coordinator, that's play caller, that's to the quarterback, and then certainly the 11 on the field. Both these groups are getting it done.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They'll start this one on the ground with McCaffrey. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Working quickly here. Burrow from the gun. Connects with Johnson. They got 24 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down.
Come on, ready? Here we go, here we go.
Play action now, Burrow. And almost someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Ernest Jones with the pick. And the Eagles take over after forcing the first turnover of this ball game. Wow, what an exciting start to this game, Brock. Apologies to the former QB and you. It's not an opening drive touchdown, but an interception instead.
Yeah, exciting for one side. That would be the defense. Demoralizing for the other side as an offense. First salvo, listen, it goes to the defense. And now it really sets the stage for what I love and what you love, Kate. In this game of adjustments, in the game of back and forth, who's going to respond next?
He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Quincy Williams making the tackle. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. He'll look to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line. That one gains 7. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
Here we go, here we go. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Trap 50, trap 50. Ready.
Montgomery gets it from the gun. And he's able to reach that midfield stripe after some solid running. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. From midfield on 2nd down. He lets one fly deep downfield. They connect on the deep shot. Oh, and he goes out at the 2. That close to a breakaway touchdown. Chance to stack some momentum if they can turn this turnover into 6. It's 1st and goal. Montgomery. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2.
And he's in for the touchdown. The Eagles have a great first drive and get the game's first points. Chris Boswell for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Eagles will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Now Boswell on to send this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They'll motion Johnson right. It's a pickup of 11. And that's a Steelers first down.
It just feels like any time this guy touches the ball, it's a big play waiting to happen. He could be lined up wide or when they use him as a runner. If someone doesn't get a hand on him quick, he's gone.
On 1, ready?
1st and 10 from the 41.
It's just set.
They send the tight end in motion. They won't snap it in time. That is going to be the end of the first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. More Madden Ultimate Team action coming up on EA Sports.
On one, ready?
Second quarter, all queued up and ready to go. It's Steeler football. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Halfway there on 1st down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5-6-yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front seven.
On 2nd down, here's McCaffrey. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. That was Jordan Fuller getting there for the tackle. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4.
Gun.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset.
Here we go.
We're to the 2-minute warning from Arrowhead. The Steelers with the football.
On 2, ready?
All right, I'll set up now. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
From the gun, McCaffrey. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop him behind the line.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Burrow out of the shotgun. That throw finds Kittle. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Completed here to McCaffrey. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers earn the chance to tie before halftime. Christian McCaffrey, the touchdown. Tucker able to tack on the extra point. And the Steelers tie this game 7-7. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Starting from the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. They'll begin this drive with barely over 25 seconds left. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Staying on the ground with Montgomery. Juke the defender. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Philadelphia going to spend its 2nd timeout. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. He's going to throw this one. That's complete to the back. David Montgomery. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From midfield now. Brought in right side. And he'll go out of bounds close to that 35-yard line.
I I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
And that one is not where he needed it to be. It is off and no good. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Who knows when the deciding moment will come? We're underway in the second half of a deadlocked game. He stopped on the return at the 27. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. It gives to Montgomery to start the drive. And he'll take this up to around the 30-yard line. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, will largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
He put everything he had into this one. This is caught inside the 15. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
They'll run here. It's Montgomery. And he's brought down for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Has it down close. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. Boswell to add the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Eagles break that tie and now lead by 7. Now Boswell on to send this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30.
On 1, ready?
They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Get set. Stop.
Burrow setting up the play action. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he goes out. Just needed one more step to reach midfield. One play in, and already they're close to midfield. 1st down, Burrow to throw. Pass taken in by Diggs. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Here we go, here we go.
On 1st down, here's Burrow. Buys time, rolling right. Taking a big shot for the end zone. Oh, he nearly reeled that in. As close as you can get, but just an exciting incompletion. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. To throw again, it's Burrow. Kittle brings it in. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Escapes the pocket. And it looks like he went out of bounds right at that 7-yard line.
Well, you don't get the 1st down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
He's on the move. The back grabs it. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain.
Let's go.
11 mighty. 11 mighty.
We'll see what they come up with for 3rd down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. It's Steelers football. A nice help for them as they trail entering the quarter. Third down, 1 yard to go.
Here we go.
Stop.
Looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it.
Hey, we got to keep scoring.
Offense up to the line fast.
Stop.
Desperation time here on fourth. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers now trail by just a point in the fourth. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the fourth. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Red. 19 Lions.
Handoff running right, Montgomery. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
Let's go now.
He's dropping back to throw. Looking right, and he finds him. And they touch him down. Looks to be about 4 yards short of the 6.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Third and 4 coming up now.
Here we go. Go.
He'll throw it. Nice work by the back here. Playing safety valve complete. And he's brought down after a short gain. Offense in the hurry up here.
50 Eagles.
Here we go with Montgomery. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. That takes us to the 2-minute warning here in KC. Eagles pushing to get within range for a game winner. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down.
60 Ready.
They'll run again with Montgomery. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Eagles hustling everyone back to the line. Throwing now. Big catch made, and he got both feet in. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
Come on. Hit. Cup 19.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Now to throw. Throwing this back in the end zone. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles jump in front late. So how about the determination there? This game has been as hard fought as you will see. But they grab hold of the lead here with a late touchdown that may just win them the ball game.
You could almost feel them saying, Kate, we don't want overtime. Let's go out and get it done now. They accomplished their goal. But you do have to ask the question.
Well, still throwing, and this is intercepted. Quincy Williams has it. And the Steelers have some new life in the fourth. Now Boswell on to send this away. Returning it from the 4. Finds some space. He's past the 30. This return makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled.
Trailing by 1 score late here, Kate. Maybe this is the return. Maybe this is what helps them get right back into a good field position now to start their most important series yet of this game.
Here he is to throw. This ball's cut by McCaffrey. Continuing to move past the 45. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's a Steelers first down.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they...
Big gain downfield. And they will score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers find a way to tie it late. And he gets the extra point, and that kick gives them the 1-point lead right near the end of this game. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Return starts at the 3. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down.
Hey, Kate, the best kick returners I was ever around, really at any level, they want this opportunity. They want their chance to help their team. They know they're down, but they also know that return, especially a good one like this, can set the offense up for success.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Looking to throw it. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Running on 2nd with Montgomery. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. Eagles hustling everyone back to the line. To throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Working across the middle, Brock. It is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Shotgun, handoff to McCaffrey. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
11 MT.
Offense hurrying to the line with the clock running.